Welcome to Tamara Tattletales. I'm Tamara and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars. By now we have figured out that Married at First Sight can be edited in a way that creates a character out of these people. Sometimes they exaggerate good or bad traits to make the show more interesting. But what about the cast? What if they exaggerate or lie about their situation to change the narrative? Literally flipping the script on producers. 3 of the couples from season 12 have told some pretty big lies. Those lies help shape our opinions of how we felt about their character and situations. What am I talking about? Let's dive in. The first couple, Ryan and Clara. From the beginning, they felt like opposites. He seemed very focused, goal-oriented, driven, analytical, regimented, and athletic, and put way too much weight on saying I love you. Whereas Clara seemed more like a love bug, ready to jump in with both feet and get their love story started. Easygoing, go with the flow, happy with her life as is, and definitely ready for some sexual healing. She said the more she tried to talk to him about having sex, the more he seemed to push back on the idea. According to Clara, they fooled around, but he never let it go all the way. But when she spoke with the experts about their non-existent sex life, Clara seemed to backtrack, stating that she understood Ryan and was willing to be patient, which made her look completely ingenuine, because confessional after confessional after confessional, Clara complained about feeling dejected because Ryan would not have sex with her. It's a big freaking deal, right? What's the lie? Watch this.
I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler alert. Like, we had been having sex the entire time, but to sit there and protect our relationship, it almost felt like at times the camera was being weaponized because we didn't necessarily want to sit there and entertain those conversations over and over and over again.
It felt like here's the buzzword. Clara says sexually frustrated, and we can all go home for the night.
Yeah.
So.
And so what you actually start realizing, and I don't think I've ever vocalized this to you out loud, is that this thing right here is not as important as this.
That's right. The entire storyline was a lie. Or are they lying in that clip? See, that's the problem when you lie. You lose credibility. But I do think it's interesting that Ryan felt the cameras were weaponized against them. Based on watching the show for so many seasons, it does appear as though producers are looking for pain points in these relationships so they can exploit them to create drama. It's possible that producers are pushing so hard to find conflict that these couples may lie in order to have a peaceful experience with production. Maybe this is why experts like to pair people who are opposites, so they have more opportunities to exploit their conflicts. But in Ryan and Clara's case, I wouldn't have lied about sex. I think they could have chosen something less intimate, like religious differences or conflicts on how to raise their kids, or Clara's job as an airline stewardess, keeping her away from home too much. In any case, huge lies were told by these two. By the way, I have more juicy tea coming your way, so be sure to subscribe. Moving on to the second couple, Virginia and Eric. This is another couple that felt like a mixed match to me. I don't know how anyone could talk to Eric for more than 30 seconds and not know that pairing him with a party girl who's 10 years younger than him is a bad idea. I was surprised and happy to see how attracted they were to each other. On decision day, it was clear that he would choose to stay married, but Virginia was more like 50-50. I wasn't sure she would say yes. Now, fast forward to around the time of the reunion episode, it was announced that Virginia and Eric would join the cast of season 3 of Married at First Sight Couples Cam. On Couples Cam, we saw that Virginia moved into Eric's place. They seemed to be settling into married life comfortably and like a fun, lovey-dovey couple who were playful and adventurous. Couples Cam started filming sometime in March or April of 2021. According to court documents, Virginia and Eric officially separated and stopped living together around April 29th. They stopped living together. Then on May 16th, Virginia colored her hair black. I know that because this post marks the day she got her hair colored. She's standing in front of the salon showing off her new do. So by the time she colored her hair black, they hadn't been living together for over 2 weeks, right? So we can kind of use her hair color as kind of a timestamp of their relationship being over. I believe one of three things happened. Either they broke up and pretended to stay married to fulfill their contract and receive their paychecks, or they broke up and production didn't care and asked them to pretend to stay married to save face for the show, or a combination of the two. Either way, it's a lie. Finally, couple number 3, Paige and Chris. Okay, I know some of you may be thinking everything about this couple was a lie, so why even bring them up? Here's why. Right before our eyes, we saw this relationship disintegrate before it even started. We witnessed Paige get rejected and treated poorly over and over again. How many of us yelled at the screen every time Paige let Chris back in? Somebody, anybody, make this make sense. She constantly stated that she felt God put her in that relationship for a reason, and she used her faith in God as her excuse for repeatedly taking Chris back. I know Chris is controversial, but I believe him in this post. The only reason I kept filming is because you on September 10th, 2019, almost 2 weeks into the wedding, asked me to keep filming. You said, I don't care if you go back to your baby moms. Can you keep filming with me so I can get my check? I hope you don't deny it because there is a reason I remember those dates. LOL. To be honest, I want to believe what Chris is saying, not only because it helps her story make sense, but I actually have more respect for her. Just think about the amount of time devoted to the audition process, making special arrangements to be away from work, and what a huge time suck filming is. If she's not going to get a husband out of all that sacrifice, I'm not mad at her for wanting to stick around to get paid. I just wish she didn't use God as her excuse for staying. Maybe you feel a certain kind of way about me believing him, but I'm sold on this lie.